This up-and-comer has taken the festival scene by storm by blending genres like rap and punk rock.
Get low, get loose, get down on the floor.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com. And today we're speaking with T Mills.
Get loose, get down on the floor. I ain't gonna change, I'm not just a stupid.
So we'll start by getting a bit of your background and learning how you came to follow music as your path.
My grandpa gave me a guitar when I was 5 years old. So that was, pretty early on. When I was 17, I got a MacBook Pro, and there's a program on it called GarageBand, and I just learned how to use GarageBand. Like, I didn't have a microphone, I didn't have like any studio equipment. I was like literally singing into my computer. Did that for a little bit, gained a little bit of a following. I went on the Vans tour, but it was like unofficial. My friend was a sponsor, so I like hustled my way on. I was like all alone, so it was super, like I did everything myself. Set up my own merch, set up my own equipment, played a show, took it back to the bus, went and sold my own merch again, broke down, and then go to sleep at 4, wake up at 7. Like, it was just a grueling tour. Got done with that, came back home, and we shot a music video for like $100 with one of my friends, super low budget. Put the music video out, and it got 100,000 views the first day. And I was in Texas, I was on tour, and then we had like all the labels, they started calling us, and so I went from like Texas, started flying to New York and having meetings, and that was the beginning of that.
Get low, get loose, get down on the floor. Drink up till you can't think anymore.
What music did you grow up listening to? I mean, who do you consider your biggest idols and icons?
Well, my uncle has to get the props for getting me into rap and hip hop and R&B and stuff. Like, he gave me an Usher tape when I was 7 or 8 years old. Got me an R. Kelly. Gave me my first Tupac CD, my first Biggie CD. My mom got me into like Depeche Mode, Duran Duran, Queen. My dad was a huge Elvis fan. It still is. Like, huge Elvis fan. And like the Eagles and stuff, so like I would watch their like tour DVDs. And then like when I got the internet, I just started downloading a lot of music. So like Blink-182 was like one of my first favorite bands that like I really like idolized and like fell in love with. And yeah, my music, I've just always listened to like, a variety of music.
That is definitely a variety.
Yeah, go from
Tupac
one
to
end of
Queen.
one end of the spectrum to the other end.
This white girl who got a pink range, and she drives fast in a slow lane. She got a neck tattoo and all her clothes, and no, she got a neck tattoo and all her clothes. And
You're kind of anti-genre, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes. And that, I find that's actually a pretty common, belief these days. Like, most of the bands
We're
that
the
I
playlist
interview,
generation.
Yeah, nobody wants to be pigeonholed.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to tell me why do you think that is?
I feel like I can find inspiration from so many different things and so many different outlets and sources that I don't want to imitate like one artist or one genre of music. I don't want to, have people say like, oh, he sounds like him. I want it to be like 50 people all in one. And I feel like I'm like 10 people in one, so, what better way than to do it that way.
split a swisher with your sister, Kush kissed her. Consider her so pretty, with the whispered. Recite some old lyrics, make fall in love, then I'm on to the next, cause one is not enough.
How important do you think the internet was to your whole career?
Oh, I feel like the internet's key. Like, without the internet, I don't know if I would have a career. I feel like the internet's given my generation so much freedom, and like we're really like revolutionizing the way the music business is being ran, because you really don't need a record label anymore. You have YouTube, and you have Facebook, and you have SoundCloud, and you have all of the other social networking sites, and you can literally record a song in your bedroom, 2 hours later upload it, and it's available to the entire population. So it puts the power in our hands, and it puts all of the responsibility on our shoulders, because one, you have to come up with quality content that people are going to want to spread around. Like, I feel like even blogs are dead now, you know what I mean? Like, blogs used to be able to break artists, 5, 8 years ago, and now it's Twitter and it's Facebook. Like even MySpace. Like when I first started MySpace, that's like when I was starting to post music, and MySpace was like how I discovered new bands. I would just type in a weird name and come to a MySpace page and go to their little music player and listen to all the songs, and like that's how I'd find it. The internet, like I said, it's a tool, and you have to learn how to utilize that tool or you're gonna get left behind.